First of all, I'm not dating Kevin Costner. I've known Kevin Costner for probably 30 years, and I think if we haven't dated so far, we're probably not going to. I also had a child that I was raising from far away, who I lost custody of in the beginning when I really wasn't and probably shouldn't have been in court, but that's what I had to do. And so the fact that I was trying to parent long distance was something that really kept me together.
What if one fleeting moment could cost you everything? Your family, your fortune, your future. Sharon Stone, Hollywood's untouchable queen, faced a question that turned her world upside down. Do you know your mom used to be in R-rated movies? Those words aimed at her young son in a cold courtroom didn't just challenge her past, they threatened to erase her as a mother. From the dazzling heights of Basic Instinct to the depths of a life-altering stroke, Sharon's journey is a roller coaster of loss, love, and redemption. But here's the twist. The son she lost came back in a way no one saw coming. How did she rebuild an empire from the ashes of betrayal and heartbreak? You won't believe what she's done to reclaim her life and her legacy. Stick around, because this story will leave you speechless. Let's rewind to how this all began. Sharon Stone was once untouchable. Her role in Basic Instinct turned her into a global sensation. Overnight. She owned the 90s, a vision of glamour and strength, commanding every room she entered. But fame has a flip side, and hers came crashing down in 2001 with a brain hemorrhage that nearly ended her. 9 days in a coma, waking up to a body that wouldn't cooperate, memory shaky, steps unsteady. She was a shadow of the star she'd been. As she fought to reclaim her life, her marriage to Phil Bronstein crumbled. By 2004, divorce papers were signed, and Bronstein didn't stop there. He went for Ran, the son they'd adopted together in 2000. Sharon thought she'd hit rock bottom, but the custody fight proved there was further to fall. How does a Hollywood icon rebuild after losing it all? Sharon's health struggles were relentless. Post-stroke, she grappled with lingering effects that slowed her career to a crawl. Legal battles drained her resources, and the courtroom painted her as a risk, not a mother. They dredged up a bizarre claim, something about Botox for Ran's feet, which she fiercely denied, but it stuck like mud. The judge ruled against her, leaving her with supervised visits and an aching void where her son once was. She didn't crumble, though. In 2005, she welcomed Lear Von Stone into her life through adoption, followed by Quinn Kelly Stone in 2006. Single motherhood became her new script, one she wrote with every school drop-off and bedtime story, proving love doesn't need a court's approval to thrive. From red carpets to carpools, Sharon's transformation is nothing short of inspiring. She swapped premieres for parent-teacher meetings, choosing a quiet life for her boys over the glitz she once knew. Hollywood faded into the background, and her income took a hit. Medical bills and legal fees piled up, but she stretched every dollar to keep her family steady. No nannies, no chauffeurs, just Sharon steering the ship alone. She kept her kids grounded, shielding them from fame's glare, a stark contrast to her own spotlight-soaked past. Her days became a blur of soccer games and homework, a far cry from the days when her name lit up marquees. And through it all, she carried the silent ache of Ran's absence. A mother's love stretched across miles and years. What happens when a child reclaims the name of the mother he lost? For Sharon, that question found its answer in 2019. Ran, now 19, stepped into a courtroom of his own, not to fight, but to heal. He petitioned to become Ran Joseph Bronstein Stone, weaving his mother's name into his identity. It was a quiet act, but it roared with meaning. A son honoring the woman who never stopped loving him, despite the distance. Sharon had spent years parenting from afar, holding on to hope through letters and stolen moments. That choice, Ran's choice, was her victory, a testament to a bond no ruling could erase. Today, Sharon Stone stands as more than a faded star. She's a mother who turned tragedy into triumph, showing the world that love, not headlines, defines her legacy. Ever wonder what it takes to rise from the ashes of a shattered life? Sharon Stone's journey didn't just stop at reclaiming her role as a mother. It extended into a masterclass in resilience, wealth building, and living life on her own terms. After losing her son Rand to a brutal custody battle, her health to a devastating stroke, and her Hollywood crown to an unforgiving industry, Sharon could have faded into obscurity. Instead, she rebuilt, not just emotionally but financially, crafting a life of luxury and purpose that speaks louder than any red carpet ever could. Today, at 67, she's not chasing fame. She's creating a legacy, from million-dollar properties to quiet acts of love that money can't buy. Let's dive into the empire she's built and the lessons it holds for us all. Sharon's financial story is as dramatic as her on-screen roles. In the 90s, she was Hollywood's golden girl, reportedly earning $6 million for Basic Instinct 2. Her net worth peaked at an estimated $60 million by 2000, fueled by blockbuster roles and savvy endorsements. But the stroke in 2001 wiped out more than her health. It drained her savings. Medical bills, legal battles, and a stalled career left her scrambling. By 2004, her net worth dipped to a rumored $15 million, a fraction of her former wealth. Yet Sharon didn't fold. She took small roles, leaned into ad deals, and most crucially, diversified her income. Today, her net worth hovers around $40 million, with projections suggesting it could climb to $50 million by 2030, thanks to her recent film projects and art ventures. How does a woman rebuild from financial ruin? Sharon's answer: grit, reinvention, and a refusal to let the past define her worth. What does luxury look like for a star who's seen it all? Sharon's garage tells a story of understated elegance. She's been spotted driving a sleek Mercedes-Benz S-Class, valued at $120,000, a far cry from the flashy Lamborghinis of her younger days. Her wrist sparkles with a Cartier Tank Française watch, a $30,000 piece that screams timeless sophistication. Real estate, though, is where she's planted her biggest stakes. She owns a stunning Beverly Hills mansion, purchased in 1995 for $3.2 million, now worth over $12 million, complete with a pool and private art studio. A second property in Malibu, a beachfront retreat, adds another $8 million to her portfolio. Private jets? Sharon prefers chartering, dropping $20,000 per trip for convenience without the upkeep. Her lifestyle isn't about excess. It's about freedom to live authentically. Can a single mother turn entrepreneur while raising 3 boys? Sharon's business ventures prove it's possible. She's invested in wellness brands, including a stake in a plant-based skincare line that's gained traction in Europe, reportedly netting her $2 million in returns. Her art career is another goldmine. Her paintings, exhibited globally, fetch up to $50,000 each, with a Berlin show in 2024 earning her a tidy $200,000. She's also collaborated with fashion houses, lending her name to limited edition accessories that sold out in hours. These moves aren't just about profit, they're about control, ensuring she's never at the mercy of Hollywood's whims again. Sharon's entrepreneurial spirit shows that reinvention isn't just personal, it's profitable. Insurance might sound dull, but for Sharon, it's been a lifeline. Post-stroke, she secured comprehensive health policies covering neurological care, costing her $100,000 annually, but saving her from financial ruin during recovery. Her properties are insured for $20 million, protecting her against unforeseen disasters. Career-wise, she's opted for loss of income policies, a rarity in Hollywood, ensuring payouts if projects fall through. These choices reflect a hard-earned truth: protect what matters most. Sharon's financial lessons are clear. Diversify your income, invest in what aligns with your passions, and never underestimate the power of a safety net. Her story isn't just about wealth. It's about building a life that no courtroom or critic can take away. What's next for a woman who's already defied the odds? Sharon's recent roles in What About Love and Nobody 2 signal a cinematic comeback, but her heart lies elsewhere. In her sons, Ran, Lear, and Quinn, and in her art, which she calls her truest voice. She's not chasing Hollywood's approval anymore. She's crafting a future where happiness is her choice, not a script. From a net worth in the millions to a legacy of love, Sharon Stone proves that true wealth is measured in moments, not dollars. What's the one choice you'll make today to rewrite your own story? That's the question she leaves us with, daring us to live boldly, love fiercely, and never stop rising.